Olean Oilers take on the Niagara Ironbacks. Tonight's game is proudly sponsored by In Tandem. We'd like to thank In Tandem for their continued commitment to serving individuals and families throughout Cattaraugus and Niagara counties. At this time, we are pleased to welcome Adam Kotwitz, who will be throwing out today's ceremonial first pitch on behalf of In Tandem. In Tandem is proud to provide services that empower people of all abilities. They thank the Olean Oilers for providing inclusive activities and opportunities for everyone in our community. Please join us in giving Adam Kotwitz and our friends from In Tandem a warm round of applause. All right, Adam, let's see what you got. Let's hear it for Adam Kotwitz and all the fine folks at In Tandem. Fans, as you'll notice, they're wearing the purple shirts down there, branded with the In Tandem name on them. They are scattered throughout the crowd tonight. Make sure you, if you see someone wearing the shirt, stop, give them a smile, say hello, and welcome them to Bradner Stadium. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and meet tonight's starting lineups. First for the visiting Niagara Ironbacks. In center field, number 19, Weston Thompson. In right field, number 12, Jordan Gallo. The designated hitter, number 23, Kieran Cutler. The extra hitter, number 22, Joshua Bullock. The catcher, number 14, Anderson Fenwick. The shortstop, number 18, Cooper Martin. On first base, number 72, Mateo Sursta. The third baseman, number 5, Carter Shin. The second baseman, number 0, Franklin Griffin III. And left field, number 32, William Miharis. And starting on the mound for the Ironbacks, number 36, Cal Noonan. The Ironbacks are managed by Richard Griffin. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet your Olean Oilers. Brought to you by Callahan Vending. You need a vending service? Look no further. Callahan Vending is here for your needs. That is located right here in Olean. The third baseman from Mercyhurst, number 23, Derek Stout. The shortstop from Stonehill, number 2, Armanis Romero. The designated hitter from DeSales, number 22, Brian Fleming. The left fielder from Delaware, number 26, Aiden Willard. The second baseman from John Carroll, number 20, Thomas Bates. The right fielder from William and Mary, number 34, Cooper Tarley. The first baseman from Stonehill, number 32, Denny Martin. The catcher from Gannon, number 31, Brady Smith. The extra hitter from Mercyhurst, number 12, Dana Williams. The center fielder from Delaware, number 30, Grant Fournier. And starting on the mound for your Oilers from William and Mary, number 55, Henry Pite. The Oilers are managed by Mike Greenhouse. He is assisted by John Rye, Eric Hemphill, PJ Solano, and Jake Meeker. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise as we honor America and remove your hats for the singing of the national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
It's a Monday night in East Olean, and the Olean Oilers are back at home after a successful weekend, looking to get themselves back into the conversation of the playoffs in the PGCBL West Division. Good evening, everyone. I'm Matt Voltz, and welcome to this broadcast of Olean Oilers baseball. The Oilers host an opponent from north of the border tonight as they take on the Niagara Ironbacks from Ontario. Oilers had a couple of home losses to Elmira last week, but took home all three wins over the weekend. A 4-2 win at Niagara Falls on Saturday and a doubleheader at Newark yesterday against the Pilots. Oilers sweeping that doubleheader, winning Game 1 3-1 and Game 2 4-3. Olean's overall record 14-16 on the season, and they enter tonight in 6th place in the PGCBL's West Division. Right ahead of them is the Niagara Ironbacks at 15-15-1 across their 31 games this season. They are coming off of a 6-2 home loss to the Batavia Muck Dogs yesterday. And this is Niagara's first road game in nearly a week. Last Tuesday was the last time the Ironbacks were on the road, a 9-4 win at Niagara Falls. So their first time in the States in nearly a week. First pitch from Oilers starter Henry Kite misses for a ball, and we're underway at 6:37. The center fielder Weston Thompson leading off for Niagara. 1-0 from Kite is taken low and away, ball 2. So Henry Kite in limited action. We've seen some good stuff from him. The freshman right-hander from King William, Virginia, entering his freshman year at William & Mary. The 2-0 pitch. That finds the zone for a strike. Henry's making his first start of the season. 2 relief appearances. Both went very well. The 2-1 pitch is in there for strike 2, so Henry's done a good job to come back. The right-hander wears number 55. 2 relief appearances, 5 1/3 innings, a 1.69 ERA, and opponents batting just 133 off him. 2-2 pitch. That one just misses outside. First count of the game will go full to the Niagara center fielder Weston Thompson, number 19. A right-handed bat, native of Burlington, Ontario. And the 3-2 pitch from Henry Kite is swung on and popped up foul down the first base line. Thompson plays his college baseball at Tiffin University. He will get the start in center field for Niagara tonight. We'll take a look at the Ironbacks batting order following the 3-2 pitch from Kite. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Henry comes back from down 2-0 to strike out the first batter he faces in the game. 1 down. Taking a look at the rest of the Ironbacks batting order. Jordan Gallo coming to the plate now. Kieran Cutler is the DH. He'll bat in the 3 spot. Joshua Bullock, the EH, bats cleanup. Anderson Fenwick will come to the plate 5th. Cooper Martin will bat 6th. Mateo Sursta 7th. Carter Shin will bat 8th as the first pitch to Jordan Gallo is fouled back. The 9-spot hitter in the Ironbacks lineup is Franklin Griffin, and William Mijares will bat in the 10 spot, all against the Oiler right-hander Henry Kite. 0-1 pitch is swung on and pulled down the line, foul. Oilers have had some struggles at Bradner Stadium as of late. They're looking to correct that. 0-2 pitch from Kite, swung on and hit on the ground to second. Thomas Bates plays that on a hop, and he'll easily throw out Jordan Gallo for out number 2. So that makes way for the DH, Kieran Cutler. Cutler, a native of Paradise in Newfoundland and Labrador up in Canada. Plays for McCook Community College. He is a catcher there, but he's the DH tonight for the Ironbacks. First pitch to him is a called strike. Cutler, a right-handed bat, wears number 23. Kieran batting .286. He's driven in 15. 0-1 pitch catches the zone, strike 2. Henry's doing a great job of getting ahead of these Niagara batters in this first inning. 0-2 pitch from Henry Kite. Swung on and chopped on the ground to short. Armanis Romero's got it. He'll double clutch. Throw on to first. The throw is a bit low, and that's going to be an infield hit for Cutler on an 0-2 two-out pitch. That one a very slow roller to Armanis Romero, and it keeps the inning going to the EH, Joshua Bullock. Bullock, a left-handed bat, number 22. He's also a catcher, plays his college baseball at St. Peter's University, a native of Toronto. First one to Bullock is up high for a ball. Mentioned that the Oilers have not won a game at Bradner Stadium in a while. To be specific, the Oilers haven't won a game at home in the month of July. 1-0 pitch is swung on and missed. The closest they got to that was a game back on Sunday, last Sunday, July 5th, a game against the Newark Pilots, the first game of a doubleheader. Oilers led 1-0 in the third inning. That game was suspended due to inclement weather. 1-0 pitch is swung on and hit down the right field line. That will drop just foul. That flirted with the right field line and just drops foul. The Oilers' most recent win at home was a 7-inning game, an 11-0 Mercy Rule win over the Geneva Red Wings back on June 28th. That's the last time the Oilers won at home. Of course, they've only played 4 home games, 4 completed home games. Of course, they had that doubleheader that got rained out, but 0-4 at home in the month of July. 2-2 pitch. Just misses outside. A good take by Bullock, and the count goes full. Josh Bullock batting .345 for the Ironbacks. He has driven in 13 on the year. The 3-2 pitch from Henry Kite swung on and hit on the ground. That'll get through for a base hit to right field. Rounding second and heading for third is Kieran Cutler. He will stop there. A base hit for Bullock gives the Ironbacks 2 on with 2 out. And that infield hit from Cutler to keep the inning going has given Henry Kite a bit of trouble. Runners at the corners and 2 outs for the catcher Anderson Fenwick. Goes by the nickname of Hoss. He bats left-handed. He's the catcher for Niagara tonight, and he's been a very good hitting catcher, batting .355, driven in 12 runs. He has 4 extra base hits on the year, all doubles. First one to him from Henry Kite is up high for a ball. And the Oilers have played a lot more games on the road than they have at home this year. The 1-0 pitch is chopped foul. Oilers overall have played 18 road games this season compared to just 12 at home, which is an interesting disparity. 5-7 at home, 9-9 away from Bradner Stadium. And of course, they've lost their last 4 here at home. One ball, one strike. The pitch from Henry Kite is grounded right to Denny Martin, and he'll take it to the bag himself for out number 3. A couple of base hits in the top of the first. They don't come back to hurt Henry Kite as he sets down the Ironbacks and puts up 0 in the first inning. Oilers lineup coming to bat in the home half of the first in a scoreless game. Home half of the first in a scoreless game at Bradner Stadium. Oilers lineup coming to bat for the first time against the Ironbacks left-hander Cal Noonan. Noonan is a native of London, Ontario. Pitches for the University of Mary. And the first pitch to the Oiler leadoff hitter Derek Stout is a ball. Stout getting the start at third base for the Oilers in this game tonight. He'll take the 1-0 pitch high. Looking at the pitching numbers for Noonan on the season, he's making his 6th start of the year. Takes a 3-3 record into the game. He also had an appearance in relief. A 5.72 ERA. The first 3 pitches have all missed to Derek Stout. 28 1/3 innings pitched. Opponents batting .322 off of Cal Noonan. He'll look to get that down tonight. The 3-0 to Derek Stout is taken for a strike on the corner. Derek Stout going into his sophomore year at Mercyhurst, native of Jackson, Ohio. The 3-1 pitch to him misses, ball 4, and the Oilers have a leadoff base runner. A 5-pitch walk to the third baseman, Derek Stout, and now Armanis Romero will come to the plate. Romero from Roxbury, Massachusetts, a sophomore at Stonehill, where he's a teammate of a few Oilers. Pitcher Hudson Iaquesa, as well as fellow infielders Braden Rader and tonight's first baseman for the Oilers, Denny Martin. Armani's batting .333 on the year. First pitch to him is a called strike. Derek Stout has 5 stolen bases this year, so we'll see if he thinks about taking off. He's got a decent-sized lead off of the bag at first. The 0-1 pitch to Romero is outside. We'll take a look at the Oilers' batting order. After Stout and Romero, Brian Fleming, the DH, is on deck. Aiden Willard will bat in the cleanup spot. Thomas Bates will bat 5th. Cooper Tarley batting 6th. Denny Martin will bat 7th. Brady Smith 8th. Dana Williams is the EH. He'll bat 9th as they check on Stout at first. He's back in safely. And Grant Fournier will bat in the 10 spot, all against the left-hander for Niagara, Cal Noonan. One pitch to Romero, fouled back. Derek Stout was off with the pitch. So he'll have to head back to his post at first, see if he thinks about going again. Wouldn't be a bad idea. One ball and 2 strikes to the Oilers shortstop. The pitch from Noonan swung on a hit on the ground, right back to the mound. Noonan fires to second for 1, on to first, not in time. And you know what? They're going to call interference against Derek Stout. They're going to call Derek Stout for interference for sliding into the shortstop, Cooper Martin. And both batters are going to be out. The infield umpire called it right away. Derek Stout was out at second anyway, and Romero would have been safe at first. But the infield umpire called it right away. So they call Stout for interference, and Romero is out as a result as well. First pitch to Brian Fleming is high for a ball. Nobody on and 2 outs. One 0 pitch to Fleming is a called strike. Brian, the left-handed bat, returning for another year as an Oiler, wearing number 22. He is the DH tonight. Fleming from the state of Delaware, going into his junior year at DeSales. He takes the 1-1 pitch for a called strike. Brian this year batting .375. He's had a great year hitting the ball, had a phenomenal weekend. He's driven in 11 runs. 1-2 pitch misses high, ball 2. Fleming has 4 extra base hits. 3 doubles, 1 triple. He's been hit twice this year. 6 walks compared to 10 strikeouts. 2-2 pitches pulled down the line, and it sneaks underneath the glove of the first baseman, Sursta. Ball was bobbled briefly in right by Jordan Gallo, but Fleming will hold at first. That one just rolled under the glove of Mateo Sursta, so he'll be charged with the error, and the Oilers have a 2-out base runner. So Fleming reaches on the E3, and it keeps the inning going to bring up Aiden Willard. Willard going into his freshman year at Delaware, a native of Palmyra, Pennsylvania. First pitch to the lefty is taken low and inside, ball 1. Aiden getting an opportunity in the cleanup spot tonight. Batting .339 and has driven in 12. He also had a very good weekend in the 3 wins. 1-0 pitch to him, taken low and inside, ball 2. Brian Fleming 2 for 2 on steal attempts this year. We'll see if he thinks about going. Again, tougher to do that off of a lefty. Of course, 2-0 pitch is swung on and hit on the ground. That goes just foul. That was very, very close to going right over top of the first base bag, but just pulled a little bit too far to go foul. So Willard will go again on a 2-1. The pitch from Noonan swung on and fouled away. Might have got a piece of it either way. It's strike 2. Well, one thing that Willard is going to want to work on is the strikeouts. He struck out 19 times this year. That is the second most of any other among Oilers. 2-2 pitch, and he swings and misses. That's number 20, and that's out number 3 of the first inning. So interference called on Derek Stout. Gets 2 in the inning. An error committed by Niagara, but still no damage done. We are through 1 complete here at Bradner Stadium. Oilers and Ironbacks are scoreless. Six, 7, and 8 hitters due up for the Niagara Ironbacks here in the top of the second. Cooper Martin will lead things off in a scoreless game against the right-hander Henry Kite. Henry gave up 2 hits, 1 an infield single, 1 a single to right in the first inning, but was able to hold Niagara off the scoreboard. First pitch to Cooper Martin misses for a ball. He'll see Martin followed by Mateo Sursta and Carter Shin. 1-0 pitch is in there for a strike. On the shortstop for the Ironbacks, number 18, Cooper Martin, a native of Plainfield, Indiana. He's an infielder for Cedarville University in the spring. And Martin brings a .330 batting average into the game tonight. 1-1 pitch to him from Kite is swung on and popped up. That will go out of play, foul. Martin has driven in 7 runs on the year. And he's another batter who really has to cut down the strikeouts, as that one is hit into left field, just foul. So we've had a couple of those already in this game, just pulled a little bit foul. Cooper Martin has struck out 20 times this season. That is tied with tonight's DH Kieran Cutler for the most of any Niagara batter. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. There's number 21 as Kite picks up his second strikeout of the game, 1 down. And for the second straight inning, Henry has struck out the leadoff man. Mateo Sursta at the plate. He's the first baseman tonight. Number 72, Sursta, a native of Woodbridge, Ontario. He's an infielder for Husson University. First pitch to him from Henry Kite is a swing and a miss. The lefty first baseman, Sursta, committed the defensive error in the bottom of the first that allowed Brian Fleming to reach base. 0-1 pitch to him from Kite is swung on and popped up in foul territory off the third base side. Derek Stout looking near the fence, and that'll drop just on the other side of that fence out of play. Mateo batting .250 on the season. He's driven in 5 runs on the year, has just 1 extra base hit. His 13th game for the Ironbacks, making his 11th start. 0-2 pitch, outside, ball 1. That is Brady Smith behind the plate for Olean. The infield, Denny Martin at first, Thomas Bates at second, Derek Stout at third, and Armanis Romero at short. 1-2 pitch to Sursta is lifted in the air, foul down the right field line. And looking at the Oilers' outfield, Aiden Willard is in left, Grant Fournier in center, and Cooper Tarley is in right. That's the group that we've gotten accustomed to seeing. 1-2 pitch, swung on and hit to left center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Fournier plays it on the hop, plays it beautifully to hold Sursta to a single. Third hit of the night for Niagara. It's a single for Mateo Sursta. All 3 hits have been singles, and the third baseman Carter Shin bats now. Shin wears number 5, a native of Gordon College, an infielder. Native of Burlington, Ontario. First pitch to him is a called strike. Shin getting the start at the hot corner tonight for Niagara, batting .244, making his 14th start of the season, 15th game he has played in. 0-1 pitch to him is in the dirt, kept in front by Brady Smith. Looking at Mateo Sursta's speed numbers, nothing statistically to speak of. He does not have a stolen base attempt this year. See if his first comes at any point in this game. 1-1 pitch from Kite. And check swing. Did he go around? Looked like he did. They say he did not. Ball 2. So Shin just able to restrain the bat enough. And it's ball 2. 3 hits already for the Ironbacks, all 3 singles. 2-1 from Henry Kite, swung on and fouled back. Franklin Griffin, the second baseman, waiting on deck. He is in the 9 spot. Carter Shin has driven in 3 runs this year. Kite gives an eye to Brady Smith. The 2-2 pitch. Just missed ball 3. Again, able to restrain the swing. Carter Shin started to go. That time definitely held up. Shin trying to work his way on as Kite takes a look at Mateo Sursta at first. And the 3-2 pitch from Henry. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. A pitch that was down low. Kite gets him to chase. It's out number 2 and strikeout number 3 for the Oilers starter. So Franklin Griffin, the second baseman, coming to the plate. A left-handed bat, wears number 0. Franklin, a native of Palmetto, Georgia. He's an infielder for Kennesaw State University. Defensively, he has played a lot as he swings at the first pitch and sends it out to right field. And Cooper Tarley is there to put it away for out number 3. So a base hit given up, but other than that, no damage done. And Kite picks up 2 strikeouts as well. We're going to the bottom of the second here at Bradner Stadium. Scoreless between Niagara and Olean. Bottom of the second, Oilers bring Thomas Bates to the plate. The Olean native will get things started for Olean in inning number 2. He'll come to bat for the first time tonight, and of course he is a PGCBL All-Star, one of 2 All-Stars on the Oilers rosters, him and Derek Stout. First pitch to him from Cal Noonan is swung on and missed. Tom batting .333 on the year. Same batting average as both Armanis Romero and Derek Stout. Bates has driven in 18. That's the second most of any Oiler behind only Derek Stout's 26. 0-1 pitch to him is low, ball 1. Getting another start at second base where he often plays. Bates will be followed by Cooper Tarley and Denny Martin in this bottom of the second. 1-1 pitch to the Oilers second baseman is inside, ball 2. Taking a look at the field defensively for the Ironbacks, Anderson Fenwick is behind the plate. Mateo Sursta at first, Franklin Griffin at second. Carter Shin at third. Cooper Martin is the shortstop. 2-1 pitch to Bates is hit on the ground. That is snared at short by Martin, and the throw on to first is in time for the first out of the inning. So some good solid infield defense, and that'll bring up Cooper Tarley. Before Charlie steps to the plate, looking at the Ironbacks outfield, Will Mahares is in left field, Weston Thompson in center, and Jordan Gallo is in right. Right fielder Cooper Tarley batting for the Oilers now. Tarley, a native of the state of Massachusetts, a sophomore at William and Mary. Tarley batting .260 on the year. He's seen his numbers dip a little bit. Swings on, hits this one right to short, and the throw on to first is in time. Even with Cooper's speed, he is out on the first pitch, 2 down. Both of those hit right to the shortstop, Cooper Martin. And quickly, there's 2 outs, and the Oilers bring up Denny Martin, their first baseman. Denny, a left-handed bat, wears number 32. Denny, a native of Oakland, Maine, going into his freshman year at Stonehill, where he'll play alongside Armani Stromero, Braden Rader, and Hudson Iaquesa. First pitch to him in the lefty-lefty matchup is a called strike. Denny batting an even 200 on the year, but he's driven in 9 runs. 0-1 pitch to him, swung on and hit on the ground to second. Franklin Griffin has that. And 3 groundouts are what the Oilers bring to the plate in the bottom of the second. Nice work by Cal Noonan. And we're quickly headed to the third here at Bradner Stadium. Oilers and Ironbacks are scoreless. Third inning here on a warm night at Bradner Stadium. The Niagara Ironbacks coming to bat, and the left fielder Will Mijares will lead things off. Mijares is a right-handed bat, wears number 32. Native of London, Ontario, he is an outfielder for Lakeland Community College. 10, 1, and 2 batters will come to the plate in this half inning. First pitch to him from Henry Kite is a called strike. Ironbacks have 3 hits so far in the game, all 3 of them singles. 0-1 pitch to Mijares. Just misses, ball 1. Last inning, Kite faced 4 batters, gave up a single to Mateo Sursta, but other than that, set everybody down. 1-1 pitch misses for ball 2. Also picked up 2 strikeouts in the inning. Kite has 3 on the night. 2-1 pitch to Mijares is outside, ball 3. Haven't seen Henry fall behind quite this much. He was behind 2-0 on the first 2 pitches he threw to the leadoff man, Weston Thompson. Ended up coming back to strike him out. Thompson is on deck. 3-1 pitch to Mijares, swing and a miss. Mijares batting 176 on the year. He's got 2 RBIs. Give Niagara credit, they have been going rather deep into counts in the early going of this game. 3-2 pitch from Henry Kite. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Another one a little bit low. Kite gets him to chase and picks up strikeout number 4. Henry has struck out the leadoff man in all 3 innings so far, and he's got 4 Ks on the night. Back to the top of the order we go, and the center fielder, Weston Thompson. He was a strikeout victim back in the first after jumping ahead 2-0 on the right-hander Henry Kite. First one to Thompson here is taken off the plate for a ball. Thompson's been one of the top hitters in limited action for the Ironbacks. This is only his 9th game with the team as the 1-0 pitch is a called strike, but he's batting .346 across those 9 games. Has driven in 1 run. 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss, got out in front of that, strike 2. Henry's had some really good swing and miss stuff so far. We'll see if he can finish off Thompson for the 2nd time. Kite working rather quickly with no traffic on the base paths, and the 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, he struck him out. Back-to-back Ks for the Oiler right-hander. Thompson strikes out for the 2nd time, and that's already 5 strikeouts for Henry Kite. Jordan Gallo, the 2-spot hitter, batting now. He grounded out back in the 1st inning. And Jordan has absolutely torn the cover off the ball for the Ironbacks this season. First pitch to him is a called strike. Gallo is playing in his 29th game, batting .467. 0-1 to Gallo, swung on and lifted in the air toward right. Cooper Tarley is there. He'll put it away for out number 3. A very quick 1-2-3 inning for Henry Kite. He picked up 2 strikeouts. He's up to 5 on the night. We're going to the bottom of the 3rd here at Bradner Stadium. Scoreless between the Ironbacks and the Oilers. Oilers coming to bat in the home half of the 3rd. The 8, 9, and 10 batters coming up. The catcher from the land down under leading off, Brady Smith. He'll be followed by Dana Williams and Grant Fournier. Oilers still looking for their first hit of the game. Their 2 base runners so far have been Derek Stout on a walk and Brian Fleming on an error. First pitch to Brady Smith misses for a ball. Brady Jr. at Gannon. He's from Fulham, Australia. 1-0 pitch is in there for a strike. The Aussie behind the plate. He's been very good behind the plate for the Oilers, especially defensively. Batting just 196, but has been extremely valuable defensively. The 1-1 pitch swung on and missed. And getting offense from your catcher is always a little bit of a bonus. Catcher is a position where defense obviously is the big priority, and if they can get some hits here and there, that's gravy to your lineup. 1-2 pitch swung on and hit on the ground. Snared at third by Carter Shin. The throw to first is high, and it pops out of the glove of Mateo Sursta. The throw was a little bit high, but it popped right out of Sursta's glove. So that's going to be another E3, and the Oilers have a leadoff base runner. 2 errors, both committed by the first baseman, Sursta. So Dana Williams, the EH, will bat. Williams, a native of Houston. He is going into his sophomore year at Mercyhurst. He'll play alongside Logan Coslin and Derek Stout on the Lakers team. First one is fouled away. But there's a chance next spring, especially with a lot of these schools that the Oiler batters attend and Oiler players attend being in or around the Erie area, there's a chance that they may end up playing against each other in some games come springtime. 0-1 pitch to Dana Williams is swung on and chopped foul. Dana, the switch hitter, he's batting right-handed against the lefty Cal Noonan. And Dana's looking to get his offense going. He's batting just 150 on the year, but does have 7 RBIs. He is the EH tonight. Saw him bat leadoff a few times early in the season. He's batting in the 9 spot here tonight. 0-2 pitch to him from Noonan. Strike 3 called. He froze him. Williams thought for sure that was ball 1. He was looking for something different, and that's strikeout number 2 for Cal Noonan. 1 down in the third, and that brings up the Oilers center fielder, Grant Fournier. Fournier from Cherry Hill, New York, a lefty bat going into his sophomore year at Delaware. He's a college teammate of Aiden Willard. First pitch to Fournier is taken high for a ball. Grant's been a solid bat for the Oilers, batting .265 on the year. But he has been fantastic in center field. That's where he gets to start tonight. 1-0 pitch to him, misses ball 2. Oilers have really had the fortune of having some excellent defensive outfield play between Fournier and Cooper Tarley, as well as Aiden Willard. 2-0 pitches in there for a called strike. They have all been very good in the field for the Oilers, and the infield defense has been pretty good too. Some errors here and there, but overall, nothing to scoff at. 2-1 to Fournier, swing and a miss. Not to mention, with the 3 outfielders, Oilers also have the fortune of having Brian Fleming, who we've seen a lot in the DH or EH spots. But he can certainly slot into a corner outfield spot. The 2-2 pitch is swung on and fouled back. Brian was Olean's starting right fielder for the majority of last season. And he could easily slot into that spot if need be. But Cooper Tarley has done a fantastic job in right. 2-2 pitch to Fournier. Swung on and hit on the ground. That's snared at second. Throw on to second for one. Back to first for two. Fournier is out. And Mateo Sursta atones for the error and kickstarts a double play to get his pitcher Cal Noonan out of the third inning. So a leadoff error. Oilers can't do anything further with it. We're through three on a Monday night at Bradner Stadium. No score between Niagara and Olean. Top of the fourth, Ironbacks bring their 3, 4, and 5 hitters to the bat. The DH, Kieran Cutler, will lead off. He reached on an infield single back in the first inning. First pitch to him here from Henry Kite is inside, ball one. Well, of course, we mentioned that Derek Stout and Thomas Bates are headed to the All-Star game for the Oilers. Ironbacks have a handful of All-Stars themselves as the 1-0 pitch misses outside, ball two. Some we are seeing tonight. Jordan Gallo was named to the All-Star game, as well as Cooper Martin, the shortstop for the Ironbacks. 2-0 pitch here from Kite is a called strike. In addition to them, Michael Gregus, who is not in the lineup tonight, was named an All-Star for his infield play. 2-1 pitch is fouled back. Josh Bullock, who is on deck, was also named to the All-Star game. And the batter in the hole, Anderson Fenwick, also named to the All-Star game. 2-2 pitch, strike three called, he froze him. Henry Kite is a perfect 4 for 4 so far on striking out the leadoff man. He's done it in all 4 innings, and he's picked up 6 Ks overall. So Joshua Bullock, the aforementioned All-Star, he's the EH tonight. He was named to the All-Star game as a catcher for the West Division. Bullock singled in the first and was left on. First pitch to him from Henry Kite, way up high. Brady Smith reaches up to grab that. Other All-Stars for Niagara. They had one pitcher named Dylan Miles, was named to the All-Star game for the West Division. 1-0 pitch is fouled away. Well, for fans of Major League Baseball, the Home Run Derby is tonight, All-Star game tomorrow. And Kyle Schwarber is the big favorite to win the Home Run Derby. 1-1 pitch is low. I have my sights set on a little bit of an underdog. I'm pulling for Jordan Walker to win the Home Run Derby. 2-1, swing and a miss. Again, Henry Kite has had some really good swing and miss stuff. And the 2-2 pitch swung on and hit softly to short. Romero has it, and he'll throw to first in time for out number 2. Romero making the play. Oilers infield defense helping out their pitcher. 2 down in the 4th. Anderson Fenwick comes to the plate now. He's 0 for 1, having grounded out in the 1st. Again, Fenwick named to the All-Star game. He's the catcher tonight, but he was named underneath the DH utility player category. Josh Bullock named as a catcher. First pitch to Fenwick is low. We're very excited for the PGCBL All-Star game as the 1-0 pitch swung on and fouled away. One pitch swung on and popped up out of play in foul territory. Derek Stout is there, and he'll make the catch to retire the side in the top of the 4th. A 1-2-3 inning for Henry Kite, and picking up another strikeout. We're going to the bottom of the 4th. The Oilers and Ironbacks are scoreless at Bradner Stadium. Oilers bringing the top of their order to the plate here in the home half of the 4th inning. Derek Stout will lead it off, followed by Armanis Romero and Brian Fleming. Stout walked back in the 1st inning, but was out on a ground ball that Armanis Romero hit that turned into a double play because interference was called on Stout sliding into shortstop Cooper Martin. First pitch to him here is low. Oilers still looking for their first hit of the night. They've had 3 base runners to speak of so far. 2 of those reached on Niagara errors. 1-0 pitch is high, ball 2. And the other was Derek Stout's first inning walk. Both errors committed by first baseman Mateo Sursta, but he was the one who kickstarted the double play that ended the 3rd inning off the bat of Grant Fournier in the 10 spot. 2-0 pitch from Cal Noonan, bounces in the dirt, ball 3. So for the 2nd straight at bat, Stout jumps ahead 3-0 on the lefty Cal Noonan. Of course, Stout, a difficult batter to face for an opposing pitcher. He was one of 2 PGCBL All-Stars. 3-0 pitch, misses, ball 4, and it's a 4-pitch walk. Stout has his second base on balls of the night. Armanis Romero comes to the plate, grounded into, again, what would have been a double play, or what might have been a fielder's choice, but interference was called against Derek Stout to turn it into a double play. So Armanis will get another shot, and again, we'll see if Derek Stout thinks about going. He's 5 for 6 on steal attempts this year. Doesn't necessarily have the speed of some of the other Oilers, guys like Cooper Tarley or Grant Fournier. He goes, though. The throw to second is high. Stout has his 6th stolen bag of the season. Well, velocity-wise, Anderson Fenwick had a solid throw, but the throw was way up high. If that throw was on target, Derek Stout probably would have been dead to rights at second. But the Oilers have one in scoring position. First time that they've had that in the game. Infield creeps in. The 1-0 to Romero, swung on and hit to third. Stout will head to third. The throw back to third is going to not be in time. That's some smart base running by Derek Stout. He headed back towards the bag at second, and as soon as the throw went over to first, Stout took off for third and made it. Really smart base running, and it turns into a productive out for Romero. Now we'll see if Brian Fleming can bring him in from third. Sacrifice situation is in play. And again, that's not a bad play by Carter Shinn. It's definitely the right play to just take the out at first. But some really excellent base running by Derek Stout. That's just a smart veteran play to get yourself over to third. So the DH, Brian Fleming, he reached on an error by first baseman Mateo Sursta in the first inning. Infield playing in, Fleming takes a first pitch strike. And anything that is hit on the ground, they'll make sure Derek Stout can't score. 0-1 pitch from Noonan, swing and a miss. Might have fouled that away, but either way, it's strike two, so Brian's got to be careful. Fleming has driven in 11 on the season. He has 3 sacrifice flies. That would be well appreciated by the Oilers at this juncture. The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. He struck him out. A huge strikeout for Cal Noonan, and that's a tough one to take for Brian Fleming. Not the best of at-bats for Fleming. It's Cal Noonan's 3rd strikeout of the night, and it'll be up to Aiden Willard to drive in Stout. Willard was also a strikeout victim back in the first. So we'll see if Aiden can break the score open and put the Oilers on the board first. First one to him from Cal Noonan is a called strike. And again, the Oilers still do not have a hit here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th. 0-1 from Noonan, swing, and that one hit on the ground, snared at second by Griffin, and the throw on to first is in time. That one taking a hit and maybe even a run off of the board for the Oilers. A great defensive play by Franklin Griffin, and the Oilers are out of luck in the 4th inning. Derek Stout stranded over at third. We're headed to the 5th here at Bradner Stadium. Still no score between Niagara and Olean. Cooper Martin leading off for the Ironbacks here in the top half of inning number 5. First pitch from Henry Kite is a strike. Cooper Martin 0 for 1, struck out back in the second inning. 0-1 pitch to him, swing, and that one hit towards shallow center. Bates will make the catch for out number 1. Well, that's the first time in the game that the leadoff man for Niagara has not struck out, but Kite still gets the out. 9 in a row set down by Henry as Mateo Sursta comes to the plate. Sursta was the last man to reach base for Niagara. He swings and misses at the first pitch. Mateo Sursta singled back in the second inning. Ironbacks have 3 hits. The 0-1 pitch pulled foul. So Sursta will have to be careful on an 0-2 pitch. The pitch from Kite. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 10 in a row set down by Henry, and he picks up strikeout number 6 on the night. So Carter Shin coming to the plate. Shin was also a strikeout victim his last time up, having struck out back in the second inning. First pitch to him here is skipped in the dirt, ball 1. Again, Oilers still looking for their first hit. Niagara, no runs, 3 hits, 2 errors. Oilers are all zeros. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1-0 pitch from Henry Kite is fouled back. And Henry making his first start. Remember, he's fresh out of high school, too. Native of King William, Virginia. He had a couple of bullpen appearances before this and pitched well in both of those. The 1-1 pitch misses high, ball 2. Again, Carter Shin batting .244 on the year. 2-1 pitch to him is swung on and hit on the ground. Thomas Bates ranging back. He's got it. Throw on to first in time, and another 1-2-3 inning for Henry Kite, who has set down 11 straight Ironbacks batters. We are halfway through 9 innings, and the Oilers looking to score for the first time. Olean and Niagara are scoreless. Bottom of the 5th, Oilers still looking for their first hit of the ball game. Thomas Bates. Bates coming to the plate. He was a ground out victim his first time up against the lefty Cal Noonan. Got to give a lot of credit to Noonan. Again, came in with a 5.72 ERA and has been fantastic through 4 innings. for the Ironbacks. Both pitchers pitching extremely well so far in the game. First pitch to Bates, misses, ball one. And those are the games that, it's fun to see. Yes, the games that, wild and crazy games that finish like 15-13 are fun, but there's something to be said for a good old-fashioned pitcher's duel. As Bates hits that one on the ground to third, throw to first is high, and it gets away. Bates is going to be safe. He's going to head for second. That ball ranged way into foul territory. Bates is going to easily be at second standing up, and the third error of the night for the Ironbacks. Cal Noonan has not given up a hit yet, and the defense behind him has committed 3 errors. We'll see if the Oilers can take advantage. That one in E5. That'll be charged to Carter Shin on the throw. Had plenty of time, did not need to rush the throw. Shin fired that way over the head of the first baseman, Mateo Sursta. Sursta defensively is not having his best game. That was not his fault at all. The throw from third was way up high. But he did commit the first 2 errors. Now it's Cooper Tarley at the plate. He was a ground-out victim his first time up. Tarley swings and flies this in the air, deep toward left center. We'll see who wants this one. It is Thompson to make the catch. Bates will stay put at second, 1 down in the bottom of the 5th. Cooper Tarley 0 for 2. First pitch swinging both times. So Denny Martin comes to the plate. Martin grounded out back in the second. He's got a man in scoring position with 1 out as the Oilers try and break through for their first hit of the night. And if they get one, that would likely drive in Thomas Bates from second. Noonan looks behind him. The first pitch to Denny Martin, swing, and that one's hit in the air toward deep right center field. That will be caught in center by Weston Thompson for out number 2. Bates will advance to third, but another fly out, and for the second straight inning, the Oilers have one at third. And again, first pitch swinging. So we'll see what Brady Smith can do. He reached on an error by the first baseman Sursta back in the 3rd inning. Oilers left Derek Stout stranded at third last inning. They really don't want to do that to Thomas Bates here in the 5th. And Cal Noonan pitching a very good game so far. First pitch to Brady Smith is in there for a strike. Both teams have as many errors as they do hits so far. Ironbacks have 3 hits and have committed 3 errors. Oilers do not have a hit but have not committed an error. 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. And of course, neither team on the scoreboard yet. Brady Smith has driven in 3 on the year. And if he could get the Oilers' first hit of the game, that would be a key, especially with how well Henry Kite is pitching for the Oilers. Got to give a lot of credit to both starting pitchers, Henry Kite for the Oilers and Cal Noonan for the Ironbacks. That's despite the fact that Noonan's defense has committed 3 errors in the game. The 0-2 pitch to Brady Smith, fouled back. So Brady doing a good job to foul a couple off and stay alive. Dana Williams due up after him if Brady can find his way on. And of course, if he can find his way on, that could potentially, depending on how he gets on, bring home the first run of the ball game. Thomas Bates in foul territory off the third base side, and the 0-2 pitch to Brady Smith. Swung on and chopped on the ground to third. That's going to be a tough play. Long throw to first is going to be off the mark. Brady Smith with an infield RBI single, and it's 1-0 Oilers. The first hit of the game for Olean is an infield hit on an 0-2 two-out pitch. That one snuck under the glove of Carter Shin at third. And Cooper Martin, give the Ironback shortstop credit. The throw was at least somewhat close, and that was all, you're talking all the way across the diamond. But Brady Smith picks up his 4th RBI. The Oilers have their first hit and the first run of the ball game as well. Now Dana Williams up. And the first pitch to him swung on and popped up. On the infield, that will go out of play off the first base side. Williams 0 for 1, struck out his first time up. Again, that's Brady Smith's 4th RBI of the season, and that'll get him back over the Mendoza line. Came into play batting 196. So that greatly appreciated by the Oiler catcher. Would not anticipate him to try and steal second base, although he does have one steal this year. 0-1 to Dana Williams is fouled away. Brady is 1 for 1 in stolen base attempts, so I guess nothing is impossible, but would not anticipate him heading for second base. 0-2 the count on the Oiler EH, Dana Williams. And the pitch to him from Noonan, swing and a miss. Williams strikes out, but an infield hit for Brady Smith after a Niagara error. 3rd time's a charm. Niagara's 3rd error finally cost them a run. We are through 5 here at Bradner Stadium. Oilers lead the Niagara Ironbacks 1-0. Sixth inning, Oilers have a 1-0 lead thanks to Brady Smith's infield RBI hit. Now let's see what the right-hander Henry Kite can do against the 9, 10, and 1 hitters for the Ironbacks. Franklin Griffin swings and misses at the first pitch. Griffin 0 for 1, flew out back in the 2nd inning. 0-1 pitch from Kite is strike 2 at the knees. Nice frame there by Brady, and the second baseman quickly behind 0-2. 0-2 pitch from Henry Kite. Oh, that one didn't miss by much. Very close to being strike 3. Talk about a tough one to lay off of, but Griffin does. 1-2 pitch. That one swung on and fouled away. Franklin Griffin batting 152 coming into play. He's driven in 6, getting on base around 37% of the time. Griffin calls for time, now steps back in. The 1-2 pitch from Henry Kite. Strike 3 called, he froze him. The 5th time in the game that Henry Kite has struck out the leadoff man. He's got 8 strikeouts in the game. Eight strikeouts, and now a pinch hitter will bat for William Mijares. 12 in a row set down by Henry Kite. So again, Niagara going to their bench and bringing in a righty bat. The 0-1 pitch is swung on and fouled away. It is number 11, Connor Gatens. Connor Gatens batting for Mijares. Now, Gatens is a catcher, so we'll see if they'll have a defensive replacement in the bottom of the sixth. 0-2 pitch from Henry Kite. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Strikeout number 9 and 13 straight set down. So the move to the bench does not interrupt Henry Kite whatsoever, and we're back to the top of the order for Weston Thompson. Thompson is 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts in the game. Henry Kite has struck out 9 Ironbacks and has set down 13 straight Niagara batters. First pitch to Thompson, popped up in first base, in foul territory off the first base side. Denny Martin's got it, and another 1-2-3 inning for Henry Kite, who has now set down 14 consecutive batters. We're going to the bottom of the sixth. It's 1-0 Oilers. Ten, 1, and 2 batters due up for the Oilers in the bottom of the sixth after Olean struck for their first hit and first run of the game in the bottom of the fifth. An RBI infield hit off the bat of Brady Smith that drove in Thomas Bates. Grant Fournier leads off in the bottom of the sixth. He squares to bunt and pulls the bat back in time. Ball 1. Fournier grounded into a double play to end the third inning, his first time up. Left-hander Cal Noonan still on the mound for the Ironbacks. He has pitched quite well in this game. The 1-0 pitch misses, ball 2. Couple of defensive adjustments for the Ironbacks. Josh Bullock was the EH. He is taking over for Mateo Sursta at first. And after the pinch hitter in the last inning lifted Will Mijares as the 2-0 pitch misses way inside, ball 3. It is Josh Bushin out in left field now for Niagara as a defensive replacement. And the 3-0 pitch from Cal Noonan. That one catches the inside corner on Fournier. After Grant, the Oilers will bring Derek Stout and Armanis Romero to the plate. The 3-1 to Fournier. That one swung on and popped up On the infield, who wants this one? That will be just into the game, the first baseman, Josh Bullock, for out number 1. So a pop out off of Fournier's bat gives us 1 out in the home half of the 6th, and the Oilers will bring Derek Stout to the plate. He's reached base both times he's been up. He and Brady Smith are the only players in this entire game who can say that. And Derek Stout walked in both of his plate appearances. Of course, was out on the interference / double play in the first. Stole a base in the 4th, but was left stranded at 3rd. First pitch to him here is a called strike. A 1 pitch to Derek Stout is low, ball 1. Again, Derek has driven in 26 runs on the year. Stole his 6th base of the season back in the 4th. 1-1 pitch to him here, swung on and chopped foul. So Derek behind 1 and 2. He is up to 12 walks drawn on the year. 12 walks, 13 strikeouts. He's been hit by 6 pitches this year. That's tied with Christo Hunsaker and Logan Coslin for the most of any Oiler. 1-2 pitches low, ball 2. Two balls and 2 strikes. Stout standing in. The 2-2 pitch from Cal Noonan is low. Check swing. Stout did not go. Full count. Derek trying to draw his 3rd walk of the night. The 3-2 from Cal Noonan. Ball 4. Stout walks for the 3rd time in the game. He hasn't needed to swing the bat. So how about this? Cal Noonan has only walked 3 batters in the game. He's issued 3 walks. All 3 were to Derek Stout. Maybe a case of pitching around the All-Star a little bit. Armanis Romero batting now, grounded into that double play back in the 1st and grounded out in the 4th. First 1-2 Romero swung on and fouled back. And I'm thinking the thought in Armanis' mind right now was, whatever you do not hit the ball on the ground again. Although, of course, you would take that over a strikeout, but even still, 0-1 pitch outside. Point still stands. He's hit the ball on the ground twice. It has not worked out for him either time. Noonan takes a look at Derek Stout. The 1-1 pitch. Stout takes off. Pitches low. Throw to second is going to be in time. Oh, Derek tried to steal a second base of the game, and a great throw by Anderson Fenwick had him out by half a mile. 2 down. And no question about that. Derek easily caught stealing. It was ball 2 to Armanis Romero. 2-1 from Noonan. That one swung on and hit into shallow left center. That might drop. It does for a base hit. Romero has the first base hit that left the infield of the game for the Oilers. Second hit of the night. And now Brian Fleming gets another chance to hit. Fleming reached on an error by first baseman Mateo Sursta back in the 1st inning and struck out in the 4th. He has Romero at first. With 2 outs, Oilers enjoying a 1-0 lead in what has been overall just a phenomenally pitched game by both starters. First pitch to Fleming low. Both Noonan for Niagara and Henry Kite for the Oilers have been spectacular in the game. Of course, we talked about Henry Kite has set down 14 in a row. 1-0 pitch to Fleming is a called strike. And no activity in the Niagara bullpen, and why would there be at this point with how well Noonan's pitching? Same case with the Oilers. 1-1 pitch is low. Romero takes off, and the throw down to second is in time. Oilers are caught stealing twice in the 6th inning, and we'll make our way to inning number 7 here at Bradner Stadium. Oilers still up 1-0. To the 7th inning we go, and the 2, 3, and 4 hitters coming to the plate. First pitch from Henry Kite is low and inside. The 1-0 pitch is low, skipped well inside. So Henry behind 2. And the 2-0 pitch to Gallo. That misses ball 3, and Henry at risk of potentially walking. His man, the 3-0 pitch called strike. Again, coming into this inning, he has been just fantastic, has been cruising through this ball game. 3-1 pitch. Ball 4. He walks Jordan Gallo. That's the first walk issued by Kite, and that ends the streak of 14 straight set down. He's also the first batter, the first leadoff batter in an inning for Niagara to reach base. So we'll see if Gallo thinks about making a dart for second. The pitch just misses to Kieran Cutler. Jordan Gallo 4 for 6 on stolen base attempts this year. This is the first time he's been on base tonight. 1-0 pitch to Kieran Cutler inside. Ooh, that nearly hit him. Kite losing a little bit of control here. He's going to have to be really careful. And now they're going to have a meeting on the mound as Kite has had some control issues. Taking a look over at the Oilers bullpen, the left-hander Chris Laeta is warming up. A lengthy meeting on the mound, so it doesn't look like Henry Kite will be pulled here, but just a lengthy conversation to try and get him settled down after the first two pitches of this at bat missed, and a 5-pitch walk was issued to Jordan Gallo. Two-0 pitch from Kite. That one is a strike. Throw to second is not in time and nearly got away. Well backed up by Armanis Romero. It is a strike and a stolen base for Jordan Gallo. Fifth stolen base of the year for Gallo. And the 2-1 pitch to Kieran Cutler. That one swung on and popped up. Brady Smith calling for it. No, Denny Martin's going to come in, and he drops it. Denny Martin can't hang on to it. So Martin calls off Brady Smith and then ran in too far and dropped the ball. Oilers commit their first error of the game, and that could prove to be costly, as now Niagara has 2 on with nobody out. This is only the second time in the game that either team has had multiple runners on at the same time. Niagara had 2 on back in the first with 2 outs, 2 on with nobody out here. Squaring to bunt is Josh Bullock. He sends it foul. Bullock singled in the first and struck out looking in the fourth. Jordan Gallo at second, Kieran Cutler at first, and Henry Kite trying to hold on. Bullock does not square to bunt this time, takes a ball low and inside. Infield is playing in preparation for a possible bunt. 1-1 pitch. That's a called strike 2. So Henry able to get himself ahead of Bullock. We'll see if he can finish him off. Kite takes a deep breath, looks back at second. The 1-2 pitch. That skips in the dirt, and did that hit him? Yes, it did. Oh, boy. A hit by pitch, and the bases are loaded with nobody out. So Anderson Fenwick will come to the plate with the bases loaded and nobody out. This is not an ideal spot for Henry Kite after 6 shutout innings where he'd only allowed 3 base runners and had set down 14 straight. 3 in a row have now reached base, and this looks like this is going to be the end of the line for Henry. Again, the lefty Chris Laeta was warming up in the Oiler pen. And a tough way to end the game for Henry after 6 outstanding innings of shutout baseball. Struck out 9, and before this inning had set down 14. So Henry will depart, and the Oilers will bring in Chris Laeta to try and put out the fire. He's coming into a tough spot, though. Bases loaded, nobody out, and the Oilers clinging to a 1-0 lead. Laeta will complete his warm-up tosses. We'll step aside here in the 7th. All right, here we go. Top of the seventh. Chris Laeta coming in a really difficult spot. The left-hander, a native of Point Pleasant, New Jersey, going into his sophomore year at Felician. Chris, a 2.84 ERA. This is his fourth appearance, his third bullpen appearance. Carries an 0-1 record. Opponents batting 167 off of him. And before he throws any pitches, Brady Smith will come out to chat with him. Anderson Fenwick, the catcher, is at the plate. He is 0 for 2. Grounded out in the first, popped out in the fourth. But on the year has driven in 12. He has grounded into 2 double plays. The only Ironback with multiple double play ground balls this year. Only grounded into 6 as a team. First one to him. Fenwick tries to drop down the bunt. Ultimately does not get a piece of it. Strike one. And that double play, the 2 double plays off Armanis Romero in the first and Grant Fournier in the third, the first 2 Niagara's turned all year. Infield playing way in, of course, the 0-1 pitch. Low, ball 1. Again, Laeta has been really good for the Oilers in these high-pressure situations. The walk-to-strikeout ratio encouraging. 3 walks, 11 strikeouts. He would love a strikeout here. The 1-1 pitch swung on and hit right back to the mound. He'll fire home for 1. On to first for 2. The Oilers turn a double play. The third one off of Fenwick's bat this season. And a massive defensive play. A huge, huge double play for the Oilers to turn. Laeta does a great job in a 1-2-3 double play. Now any way to get Cooper Martin out, get you out of it without surrendering a run. Gallo out at the plate. Cutler goes to third and Bullock to second. Martin is 0 for 2. Struck out in the second, popped out in the fifth. First pitch to him, a called strike. Laeta giving an extended look at Brady Smith. And the 0-1 pitch to Cooper Martin skipped in the dirt. Smith keeps it in front of him, so nobody able to advance. That's a nice defensive play by Smith. One ball, one strike to the shortstop, Martin. And the pitch from Laeta. That one swung on and hit on the ground. Snared at second by Bates. He fires to first in time. What a defensive play by the Oilers. And the Oilers defense gets Laeta out of the jam. Bases loaded. Nobody out and nobody scores. Oh, it's time to stretch here at Bradner Stadium. The fire has been put out in the 7th. Oilers lead 1-0. Bottom of the seventh, 3, 4, and 5 hitters coming to the plate for Olean. Cal Noonan still on the mound for the Ironbacks. They lead this game 1-0. You talk about an all-time defensive inning. Chris Laeta coming into the game with the bases loaded and nobody out. And Laeta, of course, gets a shout-out in that, too. He's the one who started that double play. Off the bat of Fenwick. Able to snare it in turn two, and then a ground ball that looked dangerously close to a base hit, as that one goes dangerously close to Brian Fleming's face. It was close to a base hit, and Thomas Bates making an incredible diving stop and a phenomenal throw on to first. Well done all around by the Oilers defense. The 2-0 pitch swung on and hit to second. Franklin Griffin's got that, and Niagara with some good infield defense. That's out number one. This has been quite the game, and not, again, not one of those games where you're seeing both teams put 10, 12 runs on the board and it's a crazy offensive shootout. This has been, both starters have done an incredible job, even though Henry Kite ran into some trouble in the seventh. His first 6 innings were absolutely marvelous, as the first pitch to Willard is a called strike. And even though he's trailing on the scoreboard, Cal Noonan has been arguably equally as good as Henry Kite was. He has been terrific. 0-1 pitch. That one swung on and popped up. Will it stay in play? No. Goes into the screen. This would be a situation where if this score were to hold, Cal Noonan would get the loss, but that's kind of tough on him because Noonan has pitched so well. The Oilers only have 2 hits. One of them was an infield hit. It's not Cal Noonan's fault that his defense has committed 3 errors. As the 0-2 pitch is swung on and foul tipped, Willard strikes out for out number 2. That one tied up Willard, and Noonan gets another strikeout. Strikeout number 5 on the night for Cal Noonan, and Bates comes to the plate. So Bates, of course, the defensive hero. Bates scored Olean's only run in this game. He takes the first pitch for a ball. Bates grounded out in the second, reached on a throwing error by third baseman Carter Shin in the fifth, and came around to score from third on Brady Smith's infield hit. The 1-0 pitch swung on and missed. And again, this is one where, if Niagara does lose this game, you kind of have to feel for Cal Noonan. He has pitched a marvelous game. Again, not his fault that the defense behind him has committed 3 errors. 1-1 to Bates is in there for strike 2. So Tom got to be careful. Of course, him and Derek Stout named to the West Division's All-Star team. There is no actual All-Star game. Just the teams announced. 1-2 pitch, fouled back. Bates gets another shot at it. We'll see if Chris Laeta comes back out for the Oilers in the 8th inning. I certainly would not be surprised, and with nobody throwing in the Oiler bullpen, it looks like he will. And the 1-2 pitch to Bates, fouled back. One ball, 2 strikes. So Bates will take an extended pause and then hop back in. And the 1-2 to Bates. That one taken inside, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs as Bates tries to keep the line moving here in the 7th. 2-2 pitch. Low and away, ball 3. That one a good take by Bates and what has turned into a somewhat lengthy at bat here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. And the 3-2 pitch. High, ball 4. Bates draws a walk. So the Oilers do, in fact, keep the line moving. Bates is on base for the 2nd time. Looks like some activity starting in the Niagara bullpen as the Ironbacks will have a mound visit, and this probably just to calm down Cal Noonan and give the reliever in the bullpen a chance to get warmed up. And that reliever is number 15, Owen Newman, not Noonan, Newman. Plate umpire out to let the Ironbacks know to break things up, and they do. So a runner at first, that is Thomas Bates. And 2 down as Cooper Tarley comes to the plate. Tarley is 0 for 2 in the game. Grounded out in the 2nd, flew out in the 5th. Short lead off of first for Bates. Again, not a particularly noted base stealer. First one to Tarley, swung on and hit to left. That gets down for a base hit. Tarley singles on the first pitch he sees, and that's his first hit of the night, 3rd of the game for the Oilers. They've got 2 on with 2 out. Cooper Tarley has swung at the first pitch in all 3 plate appearances, and that time it works out for him. Now the first baseman, Denny Martin, steps up. He is 0 for 2. Martin grounded out in the 2nd, flew out in the 5th. He defensively committed the Oilers' error. Noonan takes a look behind him. First pitch to Denny Martin is a called strike. Martin batting an even 200 coming into the game, has 9 RBIs on the year. 0-1 pitch to him, swung on and hit down the right field line. That's going to get down for a base hit. Rounding third is Bates. He will come home to score. This is going to be extra bases for Martin. Tarley's around third. He will score. It's a 2-run double for Denny Martin, and the Oilers break through. It's 3-0 Olean. The Oilers get some 2-out magic in the 7th. That's probably going to be it for Cal Noonan. That one laced perfectly right down the right field line. That double, the first extra base hit for either team. So going to go to the bullpen. And again, you've got to give a ton of credit to Cal Noonan. Again, giving up those 2 runs with the walk and the hit from Tarley. But a phenomenal game from the left-hander, Cal Noonan. Absolutely terrific. The defense from Niagara, again, you can't entirely, Noonan did give up the 2 runs here in this inning. But other than that, Noonan was absolutely fantastic tonight. And not the best of nights from the Niagara defense, committing those 3 errors. And, of course, the 3rd of those ended up directly costing the Ironbacks the first run of the ball game. Now the right-hander, Owen Newman, will come into the game. Native of Mississauga, Ontario. Pitcher at the University of Waterloo. And for Owen Newman, this is his 6th pitching appearance of the year, 5th out of the bullpen. He carries an 0-1 record, 8 2/3 innings pitched, an 8.31 ERA, and opponents batting .316 off of him. So as he completes his warm-up tosses, we'll step aside. Oilers up 3-0 in the 7th. Brady Smith coming to the plate. He has reached base both times he's been up. Reached on an error in the 3rd, and that infield hit, of course, drove in a run. And Brady swings at this one and sends it to right center, but that will be caught by Jordan Gallo. A 2-run double off the bat of Denny Martin brings home 2 for the Oilers. We are through 7 at Bradner Stadium. Olean leading Niagara 3-0. To the 8th inning we go. Oilers lead the Niagara Ironbacks 3-0. With Josh Bushin, who is the defensive replacement for Mijares. He is batting in the number 7 spot. So Josh Bushin bats for Mateo Sursta in a lefty-lefty matchup. 0-1 pitch. That catches the zone. Strike 2. So again, Josh Bushin, native of Oakville, Ontario, plays for Canisius. 0-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. He rung him up. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Chris Laeta sends him down on 3 straight pitches. That's out number 1. First strikeout of the game for Laeta. And now it's the third baseman, Carter Shin, coming to the plate. Shin struck out in the second, grounded out in the fifth. First one to Shin, misses for ball 1. Oilers have 3 runs on 4 hits, 1 error. 0 runs, 3 hits, 3 errors. 1-0 pitch is in there for strike 1 on the right-handed hitting Shin. This was a game that was scoreless for quite some time until that ground ball infield single off of Brady Smith's bat in the 5th, as that one is hit out to right center. That's going to get down for a hit. Fournier will cut it off. It's bobbled momentarily, but still only a single for Shin. 4 hits on the night for the Ironbacks, all 4 of them singles. Carter Shin is on base for the first time in the game. So the Ironbacks will go to their bench in Franklin Griffin's spot. They'll bring in Michael Gregus, who is an all-star for them this year. Not in the lineup originally, but needing offense. Gregus steps in. Michael Gregus plays for Davenport University. He hits this one to right field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Shin will head to second and stop there. So back-to-back singles with 1 out in the 8th. And now Niagara might have some semblance of a threat brewing here in the 8th. With the 10-spot hitter, Connor Gatens came in to pinch hit for William Mijares. We'll see if that is still him. Looks like it is. Again, it does appear that that is Connor Gatens. Laeta takes a look behind him. First pitch to Gatens is low and away. Ball 1. So Laeta with some traffic on the base paths, which we saw him get out of the big-time jam last inning. Bases loaded and nobody out, and no one came home to score. 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss. Again, Laeta has done a great job in these tough jam situations. The 1-1 pitch, strike 2. Froze him on that one. Connor Gatens 0 for 1, struck out in the 6th after coming in relief of William Mijares. The 1-2 pitch, strike 3 called. He froze him. Gatens is set down on strikes. He strikes out for the second time. 2 down. Laeta's second strikeout and a big second out. We go back to the top of the order with Weston Thompson. Weston Thompson 0 for 3, struck out twice and popped out. Runners at first and second with 2 down. Thompson does represent the tying run, but Laeta trying to get himself out of the 8th. That one swung on, hit on the ground, too short. Romero flips to second for the out, and Laeta does get out of it unscathed. We're heading to the bottom of the 8th. Oilers still leading Niagara 3-0. 9, 10, and 1 hitters due up for the Oilers in the bottom of the 8th as they try to get some more insurance runs before heading to the 9th. They lead the Niagara Ironbacks 3-0 after 2 came home to score in the 7th on a 2-run double off Denny Martin's bat. First pitch to Dana Williams is swung on and missed. Williams 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts in the game. It'll be Williams followed by Grant Fournier and Derek Stout. 0-1 pitch to Dana. That one just misses, ball 1. The switch hitting EH looking to get his batting numbers up. It is the right-hander Owen Newman still on the mound in relief for the Ironbacks. 1-1 pitch. That's swung on and hit on the ground to second. And just into the game at second, Devin Madore throws out Dana Williams. Madore came in as a defensive replacement for Franklin Griffin. And after Griffin was pinch hit for by Michael Gregus. So leadoff man in the bottom of the 8th is set down, and Grant Fournier will come to the plate. Fournier 0 for 2, grounded into a double play in the 3rd, popped out in the 6th. First pitch to Fournier, trying to set down the bunt, pulls the bat back, ball 1. Fournier trying to use his speed. We've seen him try and drop down the bunt a couple of times in the game. The 1-0 pitch misses low, ball 2. Fournier ahead 2-0. He swings and pops this one up on the infield. Madore calls everybody else off and easily puts that away for out number 2. So the first 2 set down by Owen Newman here in the 8th. And we're back to the top of the Oiler order with Derek Stout. Derek Stout has reached base all 3 times he's stepped to the plate. And all 3 of those times were walks. Cal Noonan walked 4 batters in the game. 3 of them were Derek Stout. One of them was Thomas Bates, who came home to score on the RBI double from Denny Martin in the 7th. First pitch to Stout is a called strike. The 0-1 pitch to Stout swung on and popped up into right, but that'll go out of play, clang off the bleachers in foul territory. Nothing and 2 on the third baseman Stout. And the pitch to him from Newman. That one low and away, ball 1. We'll see if Chris Laeta goes back out there in the 9th inning. He has been fantastic in relief. And the 1-2 pitch to Stout, taken low, ball 2. So from 2-0 to 2-2. And the 2-2 to Stout. That one swung on and missed and held onto by Fenwick for out number 3. Stout strikes out, and we will go to the 9th inning. Oilers trying to finish off this game. They lead it 3-0. 3 more outs to go. All right, here we go to the ninth inning, and the youngster Anthony Cosme coming to the mound for the Oilers. Native of Dunkirk, just graduated from Dunkirk High School, going into his freshman year at Maryland Eastern Shore. Cosme throws left-handed, wears number 60. And this is Cosme's first appearance for the Oilers this year. Comes in a big spot, facing the 2, 3, and 4 hitters. First pitch to Jordan Gallo, just misses inside. Cosme was a very good pitcher for the Dunkirk Marauders. Played some games in the area against teams of the likes of Olean, Allegheny Limestone. That one hit on the ground and just past Thomas Bates, a base hit. A leadoff single for Gallo. He's on base for the second time. Sixth hit of the night for Niagara. And now Kieran Cutler comes to the plate. Cutler singled in the first. That was an infield single. Struck out looking in the fourth. Reached on an error in the seventh. That was a pop-up that was dropped by Denny Martin. First pitch to Cutler is a called strike. Oilers 3 outs away from their 4th straight win. And they'll check on the runner at first. He is back in safely. Oilers getting closer to the 500 mark at home this year. That one swung on and popped up. That will go out of play, foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Kieran Cutler. The Oilers couldn't hang on in this game. That one outside. If the Oilers can win this game, it would be their longest win streak of the summer so far at 4 straight. 2-2 pitch from Cosme. That one swung on and hit to left. That's going to get down for a base hit. First 2 have reached on hits. And 2 on, nobody out. The tying run is coming to the plate. Cutler's on base for the 3rd time tonight. So Cosme trying to be, we'll be very overly cautious here against the all-star Josh Bullock. Bullock singled in the first, grounded out in the fourth, was hit by a pitch in the 7th, and that hit by pitch was from Henry Kite. That's what officially knocked him out of the game. And loaded the bases with nobody out. Now Brady Smith's going to come out to the mound and have a conversation with his pitcher. Both runners take their leads off of first and second. Cosme looks behind him, and the first pitch to Bullock is swung on the bat, shatters, and a sliding catch by Bates. Thomas Bates makes an unbelievable catch. Tried to pick off Jordan Gallo at second. He's back in safely, but a great catch by Bates. The bat blew up. That's 1 down. We haven't seen a line out at all in this game. That's the first one we've seen. But wow, what a catch by Bates. And boy, Thomas Bates has had just a stellar game. Scored 2 of the 3 Oiler runs. And has made some incredible defensive plays. Now it's Anderson Fenwick, who is 0 for 3. Ground out, pop out, grounded into a double play. He takes the first pitch for a strike. And if he were to ground into another double play, that'd be your ball game. Both runners take their lead. The 0-1 pitch from Cosme. That one swung on and pulled foul. And that double play was with the bases loaded and nobody out in the 7th. A hot shot hit right back to Lietta on the mound. Threw home for out number 1. And then Brady Smith threw on to first for the second out. 0-2 pitch from Cosme. That one popped up in right. Cooper Tarley is there. He's got it for out number 2. Gallo will head to third. Oilers aren't too worried about that, as they're 1 out away from their 4th straight win. A soft fly out off the bat of Fenwick is out number 2, and Cooper Martin, the shortstop, will bat. Martin is 0 for 3, struck out in the 2nd, popped out in the 5th, grounded out in the 7th. So runners at the corners and 2 outs. Oilers 1 out away from sending these folks home happy. First pitch to Cooper Martin. Misses for ball 1. Cosme is set. The 1-0 pitch to Martin. Low, ball 2. Again, Josh Bushin, the relief for Mateo Sersta batting. He came in to replace Will Mijares in left field. He's on deck if Martin can get on, and he's well ahead now, 3-0. Cosme's got to be careful. Both runners have short leads off their respective bases. 3-0 pitch. Strike called. Jordan Gallo over at third. Kieran Cutler at first. Jordan Gallo not to be confused with Jerry Gallo for any fans of My Cousin Vinny. The 3-1 pitch is low, ball 4, and the bases are loaded in the 9th. With 2 outs, again, the bases are loaded. Niagara's got them in all 3 spots for the 2nd time. So Josh Bushin will bat. He is 0 for 1. Struck out last inning. So Bushin bats against Anthony Cosme. First pitch is hit on the ground. Slow roller. Cosme's got it. He'll throw to first for an Oilers win. A ground out preserves the shutout victory, and the Oilers win it 3-0. A gorgeously pitched game by the starter Henry Kite. Chris Laeta putting out some fires in relief, and Anthony Cosme shuts the door. Cosme gets his first save as an Olean Oiler, and congratulations to Henry Kite picking up the win. His first win as an Olean Oiler. Cal Noonan gets the loss, but he pitched an incredible game. Got to give him a lot of credit. Niagara drops to 15-16-1 on the season. Oilers improve to 15-16. Olean has won 4 straight games, their longest win streak of the year. They will be on the road tomorrow night for a 6:30 clash with the Auburn Double Days. Off Wednesday, and then a doubleheader right here at Bradner Stadium on Thursday against the Batavia Muck Dogs starting at 5 o'clock. As for the Ironbacks, they drop to 15-16-1. They are on the road taking on the Newark Pilots tomorrow. Niagara will be back at home on Wednesday to take on the Auburn Double Days at 6:30. A beautiful defensive game, a beautifully pitched game. And the Oilers have won 4 in a row and are keeping themselves alive in the West Division playoff race. We're going to go home and watch the home run derby. The Oilers win it 3-0. A beautiful defensive game from all of us here at Bradner Stadium. We thank you for tuning in to this broadcast of Olean Oilers baseball. Oilers back at home on Thursday for a doubleheader against the Batavia Muck Dogs starting at 5 p.m. Until then, this is Matt Volz saying good night and go Oilers.